I'm Mecha Random 42. You might also know me as Random Game User 42, and today I am here to give you my impressions of the newest episode of Doctor Who. This is season 11, because they're doing seasons now, apparently. The Woman Who Fell to Earth. I'm old school with my British shows. I remember when they would be series 1, series 2, but that's okay. We're doing season 11 with the new Doctor, Jodie Whittaker. And I will have a spoiler section towards the end, and I will tell you exactly when it starts. So I'm going to give you my spoil-free review and recap, sort of. Well, it's not even going to be a recap. It's just going to be my impressions, and then I'll get into the spoiler section. So, first off, my impressions of Doctor Who. I did not dislike this episode. I really didn't. And it kind of gave me a lot of the same... a lot of the same feeling that I got watching Doctor Who like 15 years ago when I really first started getting into the newer stuff. I grew up in the 80s watching the old Doctor Who with with Tom Baker, and that was kind of my the reruns on PBS. That was my Doctor Who, was the real low budget cheesy effects. You would have that theme song would kick in, and you would know, oh, we're in for something cool and nerdy and geeky, and I really enjoyed that as a kid. I gotta tell you, this didn't give me the same feels that it did as a kid when watching like the Tom Baker stuff, but it definitely kind of gave me that this show isn't that terrible. It gave me a lot of the same vibes of the sort of, I want to say, almost the David Tennant era. She kind of reminds me of that sort of quirky, fun Doctor without being super annoying in places. And I know that I'll probably get some hate for saying that the Matt Smith era was a little bit annoying, but a lot of that had to do with the writing. So to me, so far, this was much better written and acted than, like, I think a lot of the Matt Smith era stuff. It's a classic. Here's our new Doctor. They're trying to find their skin, as it were. They're trying to figure out who they are in their body and solve a mystery, and being kind of, hey, I am this person. I'm in charge. I don't know why I'm in charge, but we got a little bit of quirk, a little comedy out of Jodie Whittaker. I think she did actually a pretty interesting job. I'm not dissatisfied with her performance at all. We have a new cast of assistants or companions, however you say it. I'm old school. I still say assistants sometimes. And I liked quite a few of them. Actually, I didn't mind any of them, really. The only people that kind of were meh were the people who were not coming back anyway. And I'll get into that in the spoiler section. But yeah, this didn't really bother me. It's certainly a lot better than Star Trek Discovery. The writing seemed pretty consistent. I wasn't irritated at anything the characters did. Everybody seemed to care. Everybody seemed to be smart enough to know what their role in the episode was. And with the exception of one character in the very beginning, who I will get into in the spoiler section, tries to take charge and then realizes, oh wait, this woman right here actually seems to know what's going on. I'm going to kind of fall in line and do what she says, because this seems to be the person I should listen to. So we didn't have any of the stuff I really hated about the Clara era, where Clara would kind of basically tell the Doctor what's what and what to do and how to think, despite the fact that he was, 1,000-year-old alien, give or take. And yeah, it didn't bother me. It really didn't bother me. I'm enjoying it. I'm kind of on the fence, though. I mean, I liked it enough, but will I keep watching it? That's the issue. Will I kind of lose interest? I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna give a few more episodes a shot to see if it really, really draws me in and I really, really fall in love with these characters. Right now, I'm kind of sitting at a, yeah, I can take it or leave it. It's not pissing me off. It's not annoying. It's certainly entertaining enough. It kept my attention. I wasn't nodding off. I wasn't tempted to play a mobile game or something while I was watching it. So yeah, it's all right. It is all right. One of the things I was really worried about with them bringing in a new Doctor was going kind of SJW Tumblr politics with all of their sort of the new laws of, we need this many people to be diverse. I think it's a new law. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I think in the BBC they have this sort of rule now where you have to have a certain number of people of ethnic backgrounds, I think. It didn't really bother me because that's kind of how the UK was when I was there. It was not 100% white British people. You had a lot of different ethnicities, and granted, this was about 4 years ago. I don't know how much has changed in the 4 years since I was over there, but I like that it wasn't, the same old. It wasn't London this time. It was Sheffield, which was really cool. I like seeing or I like it taking place in another sort of part of the UK. And yeah, it was okay. It was pretty interesting. I think my only issue with Doctor Who is kind of, this is one of those series where it's gone on for so long. I mean, is this something that I really am invested in at this point in my life? Like I said, I grew up watching the Tom Baker stuff, Colin Baker, Peter Davison, all these old, even Sylvester McCoy. I watched all the old Doctors as a kid. Am I kind of past Doctor Who at this point? Is it just not grabbing me because I've seen it so much and it's kind of the same episode over and over again? And that's kind of how I am with Doctor Who. Are you guys feeling that way too? Let me know in the comments as well. Are you kind of super invested in this? Or are you just kind of going along out of habit because it's Doctor Who and it's something to watch? Because that's kind of how I am with a lot of TV shows, especially franchise shows. Am I just going along with this because this is what I should be watching because I'm a geek and I'm a nerd? But that being said, it didn't piss me off. It didn't bother me. And yeah, it's all right. I'd probably give like a 6 or 7 out of 10 ish. It could definitely be better. It could definitely be worse. None of the characters really annoyed me. It was pretty much your standard, I'm regenerating, I don't know who I am, all this stuff. The one thing that did bother me, and I don't know if this is going to count as spoilers or not, I didn't get the theme song. Man, that bums me the crap out. We got a little hint of the music when we first see Jodie Whittaker. But man, I want my theme song. I want that. That's what draws me into Doctor Who. As a kid, some of my earliest memories are that theme song, and Tom Baker's face coming at you on screen in a giant 11-inch black and white TV. I miss that stuff, and hopefully the next episode they'll fix that. We'll get a theme song. We'll get all the other stuff. So yeah, that's going to conclude the no spoiler section of the video. Now we're going to go into full spoilers and a few kind of screen recaps. So let me pull that up for you guys. And I need to scoot over. So, spoilers section. Don't watch this part. Tune out if you don't want the spoilers. So this is our new family of kind of assistants. These are the people we're setting up, and it's a real, they're a sweet family. You've got like the grandson and the grandmother and her new husband that she's she's kind of trying to get the grandson to accept, and they have this little cute moment where he's the age he is trying to ride a bicycle, and we do find out later on that he has some coordination issues, and that's why he's having trouble riding a bike. And yeah, you can tell she just loves the crap out of him, loves the crap out of her husband, and I like her a lot. I really do. I like her a lot. And of course, he gets super frustrated, throws a temper tantrum, throws his bike off the cliff where they're at, and he finds a giant space turd or something. It's like a cocoon space turd. We don't know what it is yet. Of course, he touches it. He reacts like it's hot. We find out later it's cold. But, this is kind of where the mystery starts, There's also like a giant crystal-y looking line. He calls it lines. There's lines. I touched lines and I invited this thing in. And yeah, it's your typical Doctor Who thing. It kind of, I thought, okay, it's a space turd. It's a giant Hershey's Kiss. I don't know what it is, but it's, it's interesting. It's nice that it was a practical effect. I liked that. And of course, we get our introduction of our frustrated cop. She's had, part of her story, part of her build-up is, I'm a bored meter maid. I don't like what I'm doing. I want to be put on an assignment. So they send her on this assignment to investigate the mysterious something. And yeah, they find out that they grew up with each other. They know each other from when they were little kids. And she's trying to prove herself as a cop. She's a rookie cop. I guess she's on her second year in. I like her. I don't mind her. I don't mind any of these new people. I think they're pretty interesting. They're pretty endearing so far. So yeah. I like their little. I like that they kind of have an immediate trust of each other too. And of course, we find out also that there's also some crap going down on a train. There's like a giant spaghetti monster coming in, and we have the Doctor drop down from the train in full, and this is where we get her theme song for like a couple of notes. We get a little bit of the Doctor Who theme song, which I was really excited for. And of course, we knew she was a woman. We've been spoiled forever and ever. But apparently, the grandmother and her husband are on this train heading towards home, whatever, wherever they're at, and they're getting attacked by this kind of flying spaghetti monster looking thing here. And here it is, flying spaghetti monster. it's that's all you know what it is so far. And of course it ends up killing somebody accidentally by, having the train derail, and trouble ensues. And this is kind of your typical sort of Doctor Who story writing, science fiction British story writing. Something's on the train attacking sort of instance. Oh, and of course that remember that little cocoon thing, that little giant space turd? It was a cocoon, and it had Master Chief in it, apparently. So spoilers, those two things are connected. So somebody actually went and took that cocoon thing, that giant space turd, and took it, and then this happened, apparently. I don't know why Master Chief pops out of it, but we do find out later who he is and what he's doing. He's basically a hunter. It's kind of like a predator sort of situation. He takes people as trophies, and this is kind of where the show loses me a little bit in kind of these sort of plot details. Or, basically the bad guys are kind of the weakest part of the show. He was fine. He just, he reminded me a little too much of Master Chief from Halo. And yeah, we kind of figured that anybody watching the episode could probably figure that, okay, those two things are connected. The spaghetti monster and the giant space turd are connected. He hatches out of the space turd after somebody whose sister goes missing. From this guy actually takes her and kills her. I'm bad at reviews, guys. Hopefully I'm doing okay for you guys. But yeah, so that's kind of the plot of the story, is that, you have the monsters, they're connected. They're always connected because it's Doctor Who. And of course we have the Doctor deciding, I need to build a sonic screwdriver now because I need tools and I don't have any. So she's still kind of figuring out who she is. She's going through her little regeneration thing. They're realizing, okay, she's an alien. They find out she has 2 pulses. She glows, all this stuff. And they're like, okay, we're going to believe her. This is the family. Everybody's back together. The family, the grandma, the grandpa, or the step grandpa, the grandson, and the meter maid cop girl. Oh man. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna believe her, she's the Doctor. And of course she's brilliant because she's the Doctor, and she can build the sonic screwdriver out of just stuff in this garage where the Master Chief cocoon thing was at. Yeah, she's the Doctor. And, she's cute, she's quirky. I don't mind her. She's got a little spunk to her. I'm actually really enjoying her, and despite all the issues with canon, and despite all they keep reinventing and keep changing things with Doctor Who, this is kind of one of those shows I just kind of have to shut my brain off sometimes and enjoy the ride for. And yeah, that's kind of where we are with Doctor Who. I kind of have to ignore the fact that yes, now we're into the, now the Doctor's a woman because today. And this is kind of what pisses me off, though, is that they're choosing today, this day and age, where we have so many like identity politics littering up our TV and stuff, to bring in a Doctor as a woman. And for people who think I might be hypocritical because I don't want like gender swap and race swap stuff, I mean, Doctor Who is kind of one of those series that I don't know as much about the canon as a lot of like super diehard Whovians. I kind of remember in passing from watching the shows that I'm half into and half not, that okay, there was so many regenerations and now there's more for reasons. And that's kind of my issue with it, is that, like, it's been so long ago since they've changed the canon that I'm kind of past that. But I'm gonna try and enjoy this for what it is, and if it really loses me, I'll probably stop watching it. So yeah, and of course the Master Chief guy, here's where we like see him actually kill somebody, collect a tooth, because he's been collecting teeth because they're his trophies from people he's killed, because he's a hunter, because it's kind of like Predator a bit. And here he is without his mask. Yucky. You can see he's got the teeth all over his face for some reason. How does he stick them on his face? Does he grab them and he ingests them, this part I wasn't too clear on, because it looks like they're stuck into the mask. They look like they're stuck into his skin. But if he's just picking them up out of people and sticking them on his face, I don't know. This is kind of what confused me, but whatever. You guys probably paid more attention than I did. And it's interesting enough. He was a cool enough bad guy, I suppose, if not a little one-dimensional, but that's kind of how a lot of the Doctor Who bad guys are for me. So of course, this little guy, he's a construction worker. He's kind of sad and not that special. He was on the train when the flying spaghetti monster was attacking. I didn't grab a screenshot of that, but he was on the train when the giant flying spaghetti monster was attacking people. And yeah, he was the one guy who's like, I just want to go. Can I just go? I just want to go to work. I don't want anything to do with you people. I'm just gonna go leave my life. You guys have fun going around crazy looking, talking about aliens and stuff. So guess what though, you're kind of the target of this guy. You're the bounty. You're the tagged target that he's hunting. And it's really kind of cute because this guy has he's listening to like self-motivation, self-help tapes, like I'm special, I'm loved, I am somebody. And he kind of wants that, but he doesn't. Like I think like anybody does, if you want to be loved and you want to be wanted and you want to be special, but it turns out that you're special only because some alien wants to kill you. That's kind of sad. That's kind of sad. So this guy had kind of a rough day. And of course, in the meantime, the grandmother and all the other people who are kind of supposed to be setting put, from what I remember, I don't know. It seemed like they were supposed to be like, stay there, don't interfere, you stay here. I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna save this guy in the crane from the tooth fairy guy. So this is the grandma. She goes and decides to kill the flying spaghetti monster. And it doesn't turn out really, really well for her, sadly, because she gets killed, which sucks because she was so likable and compassionate. And, it turns out that she was the chemo nurse for her husband here. And that's how they met, because he was going through chemo and they were only together for 3 years. And that's so sad. And this is one thing about Jodie Whittaker's doctor, that she seems so compassionate about everybody who dies, for the most part, except for like one or two of them. But for the most part, she really seems to kind of sit there and mourn and grieve with people. And that's one of the things I like. So we are seeing the kind of funeral scene for the grandmother who does bite it. And that's really sad. And that's kind of like, I'm kind of having some feels, a little bit of the feels back when I watched the Rose episode. The Christopher Eccleston one where I think it was the first episode with Rose. It was either the first episode with her or like the second episode. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I watched it. Where he took her back to see her father. I'm kind of having a little bit of those feels, but it's not nearly as deep and heavy. It's kind of the light fluff version of that, without any of the strong science fiction of you can't travel through time and this and that, because this doctor doesn't really travel through time. She's without her TARDIS, and I kind of forgot to mention that. She's without her TARDIS. She doesn't know who she is. She's fallen out of the TARDIS, which we kind of saw in the trailer. We saw in the teaser trailer. So this is why she's kind of stuck with these people, is that she doesn't have her TARDIS. She can't time travel. We don't even get the it's bigger on the inside moment. We don't see the TARDIS. We don't see any of that. We're just kind of we're kind of focused on these characters and the kind of family dimension that they have between themselves, between the Doctor and all these new characters that we're supposed to be getting really super attached to. And I don't know if that's smart or not, because I miss the TARDIS. I miss all of the Doctor Who stuff in Doctor Who. I mean, yeah, we get the sonic screwdriver, yeah, we get the alien, but I mean, this is why I'm not like super 100% thrilled with this episode, I think, is because we don't get a lot of Who moments. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's something to get used to. I'm not super disliking it yet. It didn't piss me off. I'm not super disliking it yet, but. And of course, we do get the one montage moment. She's been wearing the old clothes for the whole episode, and we do get the changing clothes. Well, not really a montage. We get a quick changing room, sort of. She's throwing clothes out. Nope, I don't want this. I don't want this. And we emerge with the outfit that we've seen, and we already know that this is the Doctor's outfit. And yeah, it's cute enough. It seems to work for her. She's quirky. She's kind of got a little bit of a spark, and I think any good doctor needs that. Any good doctor needs a twinkle in their eye. They need to have fun. She's funny, and I'm actually enjoying her quite a bit so far. So hopefully the writing can stay consistent and really good and get better. I mean, as long as it improves. Is nowhere near Discovery level of bad. I'm not angered by this. I'm kind of in the adjustment phase, like any new doctor. Anytime we get a new doctor, I kind of go through do I like this doctor yet? And that's where I am right now. And of course, she is awesome and amazing and needs to build something to try and find the TARDIS. So she does, and it's kind of a cute thing where she's there with the grandkid. I can't remember anybody's name, by the way. The grandkid, the step grandpa, the meter maid cop girl, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna build this thing because I need to find my ship. I need to find my TARDIS." And it's kind of cute because it's run off of a microwave. So she flips the switch. There's like a little microwave there, and it's kind of cute. So she gets everybody. They're all connected. They're all holding on to a piece of it. And I don't know if this is intentional for her or not, but they all end up in space. And this is where the episode ends. Yeah, I would be concerned that they all are in the vacuum of space for more than a second, because I think anybody who knows my channel knows how much I'm kind of a stickler for you don't survive in the vacuum of space. And yeah, I don't know, but so that's kind of pretty much everything. This is where the episode ends, and I didn't watch any of the end stuff. I didn't watch any of the upcoming stuff because I don't want the spoilers. Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about this episode, you know? Tell me what you guys thought. Did you like this episode? Did you not like this episode? Is it, is it better than you thought? Is it worse than you thought? Because I think for me, it's definitely better than I thought it was going to be. At the same time, it's kind of one of those sort of throwaway Doctor Who episodes. I don't really feel like there's anything super epic going on. It really felt to me like they're building up these characters to be a family more than this epic sort of story arc so far. But I haven't seen any of the upcoming, coming up on the next season of Doctor Who. I haven't seen any of that stuff. So I'm sad we didn't get a theme song. I'm sad I didn't see the TARDIS. Those two things really, for me, I think affected me on this episode. But so yeah, like I said, it's about a 6.5, 7 out of 10. I don't know. I think this episode might lower as time goes on. I think I'm not going to remember a lot of this episode, and I was really kind of struggling to figure out what to say on a review, because it kind of seems to me like I don't know what to say about Doctor Who. It seems like this episode is going to be something that's not going to impress me in the long run. It's not going to be something I'm probably going to rewatch. Did you guys like this episode? Did you guys not like this episode? Do you like having the non-spoiler impressions at the beginning of the video and then the spoiler screen caps after? Do you want something more scripted and you want me to like rip apart on this? Let me know what you want from me for the Doctor Who reviews. I want to keep doing them. I want to keep watching this series, at least a few more episodes, to see where it goes. I was a pretty medium-sized Doctor Who fan in my day, and I don't dislike the series. I did lose a lot. I mean, I really tuned out with the Capaldi stuff and the Stephen Moffat, just any of the Stephen Moffat era, even the Matt Smith era. That's when my interest kind of started going down and down in Doctor Who. But yeah, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. I have a Twitter, I have Patreon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next live stream or video. Bye!